What's up, guys? Right here at Superior Halloween in Culpeper, Virginia. This store used to be an Ace Hardware. I don't know that I've ever been in a store that used to be an Ace Hardware. Let's go see what it looks like. This store is next to a store called Wise. I don't even know what that is. Look inside here. They still have the Ace Hardware logo right there and a little bit of the Ace Hardware signs in here. This is interesting. Ooh, look at this. This is interesting. A little bit different than the other stores. Jack the Reaper is here.
My evil eye. It's too late to run. It's too late.
He's like
to
looking
hide.
for me.
You don't even
He caught me.
have
He's locked
time
on.
to scream.
He is nice and loud. He is $330. They have the Tombstone Rocker hooked up with a different tombstone this time. Most of the time they have the same tombstone set up. I like that they put a different one in there. Here is Valak for $300. Good to see you, Valak. Is she not going to work? She made what in the world? She scared me. Usually there's one animatronic that is always broken every year. All right, here is Headcase Harry. Let's push the button with the baby hand.
Glorious, sweet, easy, and fleeting. Yes, darkness always lurks behind. A stark contrast indeed. Indeed, the best show around. Care for a front row seat.
The best show around.
Favor the sweet light while it lasts.
Good to see you, Headcase Harry. Grandma is here. Hello, Grandma. I like this store. It's really light in here.
Be afraid, little one.
With her puppet mouth.
Much more than you.
I love her laugh at the end of her animation. What a great animatronic. Usually they have the Sinister Strawman set up here, but they do not have him right now. And here is Trick or Treat Pete with his music and laughing and puking. Candy in his hat, pukes into the bowl. Here is Mr. Owl, Night Owl they call him, for $250 with this ear-piercing screaming and light-up eyes. There goes the spider. Hold on, we gotta give him a little pet. We'll pet him. Hello, Mr. Spider. Oh, look, they have a ghost set up. I love it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. They have not only a ghost, which looks really good. He's pretty short. I like that. They have a short version and a tall version, but they also have this guy, the mini jack-o'-lantern skeleton set up. How cool. I was hoping we'd find a spirit that actually sets up some inflatables, and I'm super glad they did that. Here is Fire Demon for $310.
I have risen from the dark pit of despair.
I like the way he started his animation.
It burns inside me.
It burns. Alright, we'll go over here and see Monkey Business.
Start clowning around. It's time for monkey business.
Love Monkey Business. It would be cool if they had a costume of Monkey Business where you can put your arm, have like a fake arm here, and then put your arm through there in the box and then make the monkey jump up yourself. That would be very cool. Let's go in here in the ISC and check it out. It looks very good. Still waiting to see some long electric wires for sale. We haven't seen any. And look at this. These guys are hanging down here. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. Let's see if this works. We'll push it forward with the baby hand. Maybe not. That thing is hard. There we go. It does work. And the speedometer and the voltage meter. Awesome. But the phone has no little red light, so it must not be working. We do have Electrified Corpse over here for $150. He's awesome. He shakes so well. You'd think he would break because he shakes so hard. And here's a scary sitting scarecrow. We're gonna sit down next to him and then stand up. Yes. Very cool. I've seen so many versions of him that did not work. I'm glad he works. There is no mutant sewer rat here, and I wish they would replace it with something. I wonder what they will replace it with. They do have Sinister Strawman here. Why isn't he set up? That is odd. $330 for Sinister Strawman. He is awesome. A nice Mr. Dark reskin, and they do have the exit here. Let's see what animatronics they have for sale over in the exit. I see 2 Gordos and a Bullseye down here. Giant Death Ray. Sweet. They have 2 of him. There's a Night Owl. Of course, they always have a couple of Cerberus Cerberus here. And back over here they have Monkey Business, Headcase Harry, Two-Face Teddy, and Fire Demon down there. Bunch of the Sitting Scarecrow here, but I think that's it. I don't see any others set up around the store. Horror babies and zombie babies here. They are nice and stocked. We have 2 Chuckies, 2 Frankenstein's monster, Michael Myers Ghostface, and 2 of Art the Clown. I actually haven't seen him in a little while. I wonder if they're starting to sell out of those. Scheming Sally is here, Ghostly Gus is here, and Gutsy Gwen. Let's see if we can press the button with the baby hand. There we go. Yes. Very cool. We love her. And Hiding Harry is here. Hold on. He's almost always broken. He is working, it seems. He goes pretty slow, but I love it. And they have Scary Strawberry. That one is my favorite, with the glass in his face and the ice cream. We haven't seen these at a few stores. These are like the creepy stuffed bear and creepy bunny, but they actually don't call them creepy bunnies. What do they call those? Hanging rabbit. I like bunny better. Creepy bunny. That's what we're going to call him. We're going to go over here and check out the inflatables and see what they have. They have that mini jack-o'-lantern skeleton that we saw blew up in the beginning there for $17. They have the snake. I want to see that one blown up in a store. That would be so awesome. 20 feet long. They probably have enough room here that they could set it up. Ghostface lunging down there. That one is 12 feet tall. I love it. I did set that up and I have a video doing that. They have wolves, cats, gargoyles, animated pumpkin cats, reapers, more ghosts. Those are the tall ones. No, those are the short ones, 4 feet tall. These are the tall ones, 8 foot tall, and that is $50. And this store has a 3-piece stacking ghosts. I like those. I hope they get some more characters of those. The stacking things you can put on your porch. Lots of pathway markers here. There's the doll head. Let's see if it works. Yes, it does. The green lights in his eyes. Oh, look, they have some dual mask inflatables here. Burning skull pathway markers. Let's see if we can work this with the button. Nope, that one's not going to work. There's the creepy flashing one. Those are cool. And the spooky pumpkins. That one's not going to work. And the zombie head's one of my favorites. Very cool. I love those ones. I actually have some of these, and I am considering putting him in the giveaway, but I don't know. I love it so much, I might just keep it for myself. They have some of the bald hanging vampires here. I actually haven't seen that in a little bit. That is $33. A little pricey because he doesn't do anything. He just hangs there. And the store has some of the flaming cauldrons. Those are $60. I definitely want to get a couple of those. You can pretend to roast marshmallows and read scary stories with these. Every store that I've been to this year has been really stocked on all the critters. They've done a great job. Hold on, look at this. They have 4 of the spider egg sacs here. Those are usually kind of hard to find. Those are $20 a piece. They also have these awesome fuzzy rats. I should totally get one of these for my daughter. She would love that. Though my youngest might try to eat it. $6 for that. They also have the zombie fly and the snail. I love that one. They have the skeleton pig with the apple in his mouth. You can turn his head? What? I didn't know that. You can rotate his head. Then Scabs is here and the cat. My dad likes the cat. And the rats are here. Some more cats. I have one of those. And look at this. They have posable spiders, but these are big ones, and then they have some small ones that are pretty much the same thing. Those might be new, actually. That one is $5 for the small one, and the big one is $17. Not bad. He has some red eyes. Those are really cool. There's the bats we used to love to see every year. That is a funny face on the bat. He looks like he's crying. They also have black spiders down here. So they have the brown ones, which I actually really like, and then they have black ones. Oh, sweet. This is the second store we found that had the hanging heads. That is awesome. The single eye between the 2 faces. How cool. I think that's like $40 actually. Double what I thought it was going to be. Here's the hanging pumpkins. I have not seen those yet this year. Awesome. That is $40. Very cool. I love that you can see the seeds in his mouth. And then they have the baby doll head. That one's creepy. And this one I love with the arrow through the skull. That is a very unique and awesome piece of hanging decor. There's a snake lady double-faced head that I like to see, but she is not here right now. We found another one of the clear machetes. Man, we're finding these everywhere now. That is really cool. $13. Not bad. If I was going to be Jason, that's the one that I would choose. I had to check if they had this at other stores, and yes, they do have the light up clown gun. Look at that. So many bells and whistles on that. That is so cool. If I was going to be a clown, I would definitely use that. And the costume that I would probably use, first of all, they have Wacky Mole clown costumes here. That is sweet. How much is he? $70. And he has the light up mask. That is awesome. I don't think I've seen the Wacky Mole clown costume this year. They have the bedazzled pink hockey masks here. I love that. And then they have the regular ones behind it. No way. Is this a racing helmet? Yes, it is. And look, it's like a disco ball. That is too cool. Never seen this one before. That one is $45. And then they have other ones here that are just regular helmets, but I like the disco ball one. Okay, hold on. Over by all this medieval stuff, this is the coolest weapon I've ever seen in my life. What is it called? Mace. That is $18. That thing is crazy. If somebody came at me swinging with that thing, I would probably poop my pants. I love these medieval costumes. I'd love to have a whole Halloween party where everyone dressed up in medieval costumes. Noble Knights right there. That's a cool one. That one is $40. There's a Viking warrior. That one is $60. They have a king, executioner, Executioner. That one is dope. Awesome. That one is $40. Comes with the tunic, hood, belt, and fingerless gloves. Then they have the warrior cloak. That's a cool one. That would be a good addition to any of these costumes. That one is $40. Just comes with the cloak and nothing else. Then they have crowns down here. That would be a cool thing to have too. But it's stuck on here. There's another shield right there. I actually like that one better than I like that one. They have some swords here to go with your costume. This is the helmet that I would get though. That is cool. How much is that thing? $15. Not too bad. But wait a minute. Where can we find this thing? It's a sheath with a knife in it. And I don't see that anywhere. Not yet, at least. We're gonna have to keep our eyes peeled for that. Then they have a bunch of female ones too. Here's Medieval Maiden. That's a plus size costume for $50. They have peasant dresses and Baltic capes. Fairy Tale Queen. There's another peasant dress. But all the men are warriors and all the females are like peasants. That is hilarious. Why did they do that? If you're a female, the only option they give you is queen, princess, or peasant. This store has the inflatable alien costume. That's a great one. That one is $60. And they have the penguin with the funny face. That one is $60 as well. And the gorilla, that one is $70. I like this one though, Party Pooper, and that one is $50. Sweet, they have the corn one too. That one is $50. I live in Ohio, so it would be a very appropriate costume for me. Here is a traffic light costume, and it actually does light up. $40. Wonder what kind of batteries that takes. It does not say. We've seen this guy before, but look, they have Porky Pig inflatable costume. That one is $60. I wonder if we'll see some more Looney Tunes that are inflatable. Okay, I see some new awesome things here and there. First, look at this, the Patrick helmet head mask, or whatever you want to call that. That thing is huge and hilarious. Look at his face. That one is $30. I love that. And look at this, they have two different versions of the inflatable Patrick. This one is $70. This one where he's looking down is $70 as well. Oh, that one has the googly eyes that move around, and that one does not, but they're the same price. And this store has the Sandy Cheeks costumes. Those ones are kind of hard to find. That's $60. Back over here, man, this Jurassic Park section is nice and full. I've seen plenty of them that were kind of empty, but look at this, they have the goggles. That is interesting. Whoa, this thing is actually huge. Look at that. Push button to extend lenses. That is awesome. Crosshairs appear on lenses when extended. Very cool. $150 though. Wow, that is pretty crazy. And that's what it looks like. Lights up with green and red LEDs. I've not seen any of the newer Jurassic Park movies, so I don't really recognize what scene that is from, but it is very cool. They also had the puppet. I love this. There we go. The dinosaur puppet. What a funny prop. He is $27. They also have this awesome mask. It's just called Blue, but he roars. That's my favorite dinosaur mask that they have. I'm just blown away that we keep seeing new things at every Spirit Halloween we go to. I also want to point out how nice and clean and organized this store is compared to other ones. I have not seen hardly anything on the floor, if anything at all. Great job to the managers of this store. This is another one of the stores that has some of the Terrifier weapons. We have the saw right there, and they have the magic sword. I have not seen the movie that shows the magic sword yet, so I don't really get the reference, but I'm sure a lot of you do because a lot of people like the Terrifier. That one is $20. And they have the things we always see, like the masks. And there's the Art the Clown plush. That one's $30. Young He is not here at this store, but it looks like they have a big spot to put her in if they did get her in. They do have the Young He inflatable. Actually, it'd be really cool if they inflated her right here. That would be perfect. Check out these hats. There's an awesome green Oogie Boogie one, and then the regular Oogie Boogie, and then Jack Skeleton, and that one glows in the dark. Pretty cool. These are $20 a piece, and I want this one. All right, I think this is the second store in a row that we've seen the Ghostface Scarecrow mask. That makes me happy because I want it, and hopefully at the end of the year during the sales I can get it. $22 is not a bad price, but if I can get it for half off, I'm definitely going to do it. And I heard somebody playing with something over here that I really want. Yes, there it is, the What's Up kit. This is the second time we're seeing it. The ringing phone and the mask with his tongue out. Very cool. And they have the mirror mask here, a bunch of them, and the chrome masks. However, I do not see that multicolor mask. We are still on the hunt for that. There's the pink bling masks though. Are there any other colors? I don't think so, just pink so far. And we do not see the blue Jason mask. That's the next Jason mask we're on the hunt for. It looks like the slippers and the blankets and the plush items are all very well stocked. And they have Michael Myers. Very cool. Ooh, and they have the pink Ghostface, but hold on, they have Sam, and I have not seen that in a long time. We used to see this everywhere last year. That is $30. Look at this, and they have the mini skeleton inflated. That is awesome. I love when stores do this stuff. It is so refreshing to see a store finally putting up inflatables. Good job to this Spirit Halloween Halloween. Whoever manages this store rocks. More Ghostface masks over here at the kids' Ghostface section. They had the bloody Ghostface mask, the masquerade gold one, the pink bling with the pink bling knife, and the purple bling with the purple bling knife. Very cool. Here's a clearance section. Dark Mad Hatter. He is $30. Anubis for $30 as well, and Punk Skeleton. Look at this. They have a cheaper version of the goggles. That one is $33. Does it have a button anywhere? I don't see a button, but it looks like that's supposed to light up. I'm gonna have to watch the new Jurassic World movie so I know where that came from. Here's some How to Train Your Dragon stuff. This used to be a really popular movie. Look at this awesome helmet. I don't see a price on there, but that is very cool. And they have Astrid right there and Hiccup. $60 for that. That is crazy. And they have Toothless down there. That's a funny costume. And they have an awesome shield. Here's another thing my daughter would love. Minnie Mouse candy collecting bucket with the shiny bow. And they have Mickey Mouse. If only they had a button to make some noise, that would be really cool. $17 a piece for those. This is too funny. It's the boat snack chicken from Moana. I don't see... Oh, there's the price. $17. How funny. Boat snack. They also have Elmo candy collectors and the Cookie Monster. And this store has the Boo costumes here. That is $43. Pretty pricey, but super cute. And I still haven't found any adult Sully costumes, but there's an infant one, 18 to 24 month, for $43. There's Doc McStuffins. My sister used to watch that show a lot. $40 for that one. Look at this. Little candies for Halloween. Bloody Blades. That is right up my alley. Creepy candies, they call that. And it looks like meat cleavers. That is $5, and it's Spirit Halloween branded. Cool. But they feel extremely hard. You'd think they would be gummies. They also have eerie insects, and those are, what do you call those things? I don't remember what it's called. Tell me in the comments. That is $5. And do they have any more? Yes, Boneyard Bites. Look at that. Little bones and skulls. That is awesome. I love Halloween-themed candy. $5 for that one, too. And look at this mummy sucker. Spooky suckers. How cool. A mummy. That one is $6. Also Spirit Halloween branded. There's spiders, too. Is there any more? No, just mummies and spiders. That is awesome. Spirit Halloween is coming out with Halloween candy. Fright Bites. That one looks like ghosts and pumpkins, I think. Yeah, little purple ghosts and orange pumpkins. There's so many Halloween candies over here. Little Pops, lollipops, and it looks like vampire teeth. I guess that's kind of like a ring pop. Ooh, look at this one. That one's like a zombie mouth. How funny. And then they have some ghost Pez head dispensers there. And they have Minecraft ones. Cool. Here's a zombie eyeball. Super sour slime candy. Looks like you dip the eyeball into the slime. That is crazy. That is $5. This is awesome. They have giant Sour Patch Kids here. Is that a toy? That's a toy. That's not even a candy. But they're scented, and it does smell like the blue Sour Patch. How cool. $7 for that, and they have the blue, the orange, and the red. That is cool. Everybody knows that Sour Patch is one of my favorite candies. And look at how nice and neat the mask section is. There isn't a single mask on the floor here. This may be the first time I've ever been to a Spirit Halloween that did not have a single mask on the floor, and also it looks like every single mask has its own spot. That is extremely organized. Whoever put this together did a fantastic job, and they deserve a raise. They have the creepy clown mask here. I like that one. I think that's new for 2025. I could be wrong. And they have the giant yellow duck mask. That's cool. You see through his nose. Momo is here. Hello, Momo. That's a very freaky one. We found another tied up Chucky. This is the first one I have seen in a different state other than Ohio. It seems like Ohio had a ton of them for $100. This was a great store. Very nice and organized, and probably one of the cleanest Spirit Halloweens I've ever seen, and I love that they have the inflatable setup. We should go hide a pumpkin for them. Okay, this store is going to get a little orange pumpkin. There's 3 stickers in here for you. There is the store behind me, and in front of me is a nice little bush. I'm going to put this pumpkin inside the bush. Right down there. You can see him hiding. 3 stickers in there for you. Come and get them. There's the store. There's the bush. You can either take 1 sticker for yourself and leave some for other fans, or you can take all of them and the pumpkin for yourself. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.